God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. And His presence watches over us. Welcome, welcome, my brothers and sisters, you amazing, wonderful, God-blessed souls. I'm here with love. I'm coming to you in the spirit of love, and we will continue to talk about love today. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over all of us. We are love. I am love. I attract and radiate good. Only good comes to me from within my heart space. Only good do I have to give. And so, as we continue with love, we're going to do some breathing exercise and focus on your heart space, because I'm working with you on the physical aspect of loving yourself. I love myself, and I hope that my brothers and sisters are taking the time to love themselves. So yesterday I mentioned breathing exercise, and I just breezed over it. Today I'm just gonna ask you to make yourself comfortable wherever you are. If you're sitting, you sit straight up. If you have the opportunity to lay down, you can lay down on your back, bend your knees, be comfortable wherever you are. And I just want you to realize that you are an awesome, amazing being with tremendous power, and it is within you. But you gotta take the time and go in and seek it out and empower yourself. So today we're gonna focus on breathing. I'm gonna ask you, you can close your eyes if that makes you more comfortable. However, I think it's best because less distraction. So you're gonna drop your mind into your heart space, and you're gonna breathe in your nostrils slow and deep on the count of 7. If you can go up to 10, you can do that. So you're gonna go inhale and exhale on the count of 7 to 10 in, 7 to 10 out. So you're just gonna breathe in and out nice and slow. So I'm gonna try it with you without speaking. And while you're breathing, think of nothing. Just breathe in and out, nice and slow. And what you're doing, you're replenishing your body, your mind, your soul with life, the breath of life. And it's in that stillness that you actually can hear God's voice. So I'd like you to practice it. And when you think about your heart space, while you're in your heart space, see the light of God. It enfolds you. So it's going to be coming from that heart space. And it's radiating out. So every fiber of your being is being filtrated by this awesome power of God. The light of God enfolds you, and the power of God protects you. This is amazing. So you do that a couple times a day. You're tuning in. This is a gentle reminder, guys, to tune in to the power that is within you. We also talk a little bit about the emotional part of our loving ourselves. And a big part of that is to clean out what's under the rug. Yesterday I touched on that. We tend to sweep things under the carpet. We don't deal with it up front. We're afraid to voice our feelings. I would say, what's the worst thing that could happen to you when you speak up? Say what's in your heart. I thought of that and I say, well, the worst thing someone could do to me is kill me. But if I say this, are they really going to kill me? And the answer is no. So I encourage you to speak up. Speak your truth. We have to live in our truth. And our truth is claiming our identity. Our identity. The I am identity of God that is within us. So the emotional part of us, we do have that, little child, we call it. We have a little child within us. We all have a little child in us. Our little child are of different ages. It's the experiences that we have gone through all our lives that brought us to where we are today. And we are in an awesome place. We are blessed. God has blessed us with this amazing life that we have the choice to make the best for myself and for everybody else. So why don't we take time out and learn about ourselves? So back to that little child that's within us. Some people refer to that little child as the child that is holding on to some old emotions, the emotions of fear, the emotions that cause us anxiety, the emotions that make us feel like when we're abandoned, it's the end of our life, the emotions that we go through with our heartaches, when we have our breakups, the emotions we go through when we lose our loved ones, the emotions we go through when we're cut off from our loved ones. These are all emotions, and we have traveled this life and have come a long way, and these emotions are there as a reminder that we have the power to remove them if they make us uncomfortable. And most of these old emotions are uncomfortable. And that's why they're swept under the rug. We don't want to remember the horrible feelings that we had back then when this happened to us. When we were 5 years old or 4 years old. We don't want to remember the trauma, the experience of being separated from our parents. We don't want to remember the loss of our grandparents or a brother or our parents or siblings. So we kind of ignore it. but it's not the best way. It affects us. It affects us. It gives us high blood pressure. It gives us stress. The bottom line, it stresses us out when we're not even aware that we're being stressed out. So we think we're hurrying home to cook and to do this and to do that after work, and our mind is not thinking about what had happened to us when we were a child. But then something happened, someone said something, and then it triggers you. And that's when it comes back, and that's when it's effective, and that's when it can be dangerous because you're not in tune, you're not connected. It's like, where is this coming from? So a lot of us are not exposed to psychiatric treatments or therapy, and a lot of us thinks that it is ill to have a mental dysfunction, or it's a shame, rather, that's the word. A lot of us thinks that it's a shameful thing to be mentally ill. And I'm here to tell you that it can happen to anyone, and there's no shame in having a mental impairment. And if we do not take time out for ourselves, that's where we will end up. So I say, take some time out to breathe, time out to nourish yourself properly. And when I say properly, eat healthy food. What is your value when it comes to eating? Is it a burger, a McDonald's? Eat healthy food. Drink lots of water. I say lots of water. But adequate water is good. Because you may notice that if you don't drink water, you become sluggish. Some people find that they have blurred vision. They may have a headache. So I'm saying, take care of yourself. It doesn't take a lot. It just takes you being aware. And if you start being aware by becoming one with God, the Spirit of God that is in you, that guides you, you will be more in tune to do all the other things externally. My brothers and sisters, I love you all. And I don't just say that, I mean that. I come from a family of love. My mother and father were an awesome pair. They love people, and they taught us how to love people. As I think about it, it's a shame of what's going on in the world with us rejecting people to come into a country. I thought about it today. My parents took in over 15 people in our home while we were growing up. Some families, some strangers, and they come from wide and far. But they stretched out their hands to help them. And that's what we need to do. We need to start helping our brothers and sisters more. A lot of times we ignore them, act as if we don't see them, but I'm challenging you today. Start reaching out, telling people that you love them. People like to hear it. People like to feel it. People like to acknowledge it by things that you do, not by giving you gifts. That's not a part of loving. That's a part of sharing your blessings. Okay, guys? So I'm asking you to just pay attention to what's important. We are important. Ourselves are important. We have to take care of ourselves first before we can take care of anyone else. So when we take care of ourselves and love ourselves and nurture ourselves, guess what? That spirit within us is so high that we just connect with the ones who needs our service, and we're able to serve. That's what we're here to do, serve each other. serve lovingly, serve compassionately, serve generously, caringly. When you serve, don't be a hypocrite about serving. We're here to serve each other, and know this. Every person that comes across your path for a wonderful reason. They either teach you a lesson or they learn a lesson. So go with the best of you. Go with the highest part of you and shine from within. Remember that when you focus on your heart space, you radiate that gift of love. It takes time. It doesn't come overnight. You have to practice. And I won't take up much more of your time. I really wanted to read this to you today, and I'll be quick about it. It says, I see perfection everywhere. Centered in God. Let me put on my spectacles because I don't want to. I see perfection everywhere. Centered in God, I am aware of God's love for me. Today, I raise my consciousness to a higher view of life. I recognize that God is in full expression in me as me. I rejoice in my awareness of God in all, over all, and around all. I am perfection in expression. There is a healing spirit in man. It is the restorative power of God. This power is at work and at all times in the body and in every area of our lives. It is not only willing, but desires to apply all its energies to the purposes of perfecting. Speak the following statement with authority and assurance. I am healthy and I am wealthy. I am creative. I am love. And I am loving. I see perfection everywhere and in everyone. And in Colossians 1 verse 28, and teaching every man in all wisdom, that we may present every man perfect in Christ. And so I really enjoyed reading that today, so I thought I'd share it with you. And just go, put God first, bring your love with you wherever you go, and shine your light, shine bright. I love you, I bless you, and I appreciate you. And in that consciousness, the light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. And so it is, brothers. You be blessed.